Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High, Yahweh Ba'asham Yahwashai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere kin. And this is your brother Abawan, back again with another video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahwashai, Ba'asham Rakakwadash. All praises and glory is due, especially in the times that we're in. Alright. And today's video I'm just going to say, and today's video I'm going to entitle it Christianity is a dog whistle, right? The term, Christianity is a dog whistle. Alright, and this is the definition for the word dog whistle. So I asked the chat, what is a dog whistle, right? And this is the definition right here. So you have the literal meaning, which is an object. A dog whistle is a small high-pitched whistle that produces a sound in the ultrasonic range. Humans usually can't hear it, or hear it only faintly, but dogs and some other animals can. Trainers use it to get a dog's attention or give it commands without disturbing people. And then you have the figurative sense, which is a dog whistle is a coded message, phrase, or symbol that seems harmless to ordinary to most people, but carries a specific, often controversial meaning to a particular group. Politicians or public figures sometimes use dog whistles to signal alignment with certain views. Example: racist, nationalist, religious, or ideological, without saying it outright. And this is an example that the chart gives. Saying law and order might sound neutral, but in some contexts, it has been used as a dog whistle for being tough on specific minority groups, right? And that's what I mean when I say Christianity is a dog whistle, which is why you see that the apostles and the elders on down, they call it plantation Christianity, man, because the brand of Christianity that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, who are the Israelites, are involved in, right? This brand of Christianity that you believe in, and you believe in so much, your JC, your white boy Jesus, right? And your God and Christ is all a dog whistle that is being used by Esau Edom. And that's basically what I mean when I say Christianity is a dog whistle, because, and the thing that actually makes you realize this, right? Because every single day, right? Every single day that goes by, every single day, day in and day out, Esau Edom is getting exposed. These devils are being revealed to be exactly that, the devil which the Bible speaks of. And not only are they being revealed to be the devil which the Bible speaks of, they are also being revealed to be hypocrites, right? So not only is Esau Edom getting exposed as the wicked, they are also getting exposed as hypocrites, right? And of course, you already know that they are hypocrites, because even the scriptures say that, let's get this precept real quick, okay? That's the wicked are estranged from the womb. Now I believe that should be the book of Psalms. Estranged. Here we go. So this is the book of Psalms 58 verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies, right? And like I said, Esau Edom is a hypocrite, man. And the reason why I say that is because basically these devils are always talking about, truth, justice, and the American way, right? Talking about, Christian values and Christian morals. But when you ask them of those Christian values and Christian morals, you realize that they themselves do not uphold any of that, okay? And the recent events you see happening in Babylon just prove that, right? With the passing of Charlie Kirk, okay? Right, I should say assassination allegedly of Charlie Kirk. And it just proves that, because you see the wickedness of Esau in full effect, right? This assassination has only gone to further expose Esau Edom as being the wicked, okay? Whether it is how they have basically deified that devil and made him, put him in the same position as you plantation Christians, white boy JC, right? or whether it is the heavy amount of censorship and basically condemnation and counseling, right, and persecution of anybody that so much as spoke even remotely positively about his death, right? All this just shows you the way that these devils have been conducting themselves ever since the passing of Charlie Kirk, right? It just showed me that at the end of the day, plantation Christianity is simply a dog whistle for Edomite supremacy, and that's all it actually is. And that puts things into perspective, right? Because we've been saying it for decades now that Esau, Edom, that these devils, right? And let's get another precept real quick. Okay, let's get another precept real quick. That should be Jeremiah 26 verse 10. That should be Jeremiah 26 verse 10, and it reads, okay, it's like I think it's supposed to be Isaiah. I always get it mixed up. Isaiah 26 verse 10. Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. I will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. Right. So Esau Edom comes out speaking about Christian values and Christianity and believing in JC and love your neighbor and all that bullshit, right? But I think it should go without saying that we haven't seen these actions from these plantation Christians, right? Because what these people are saying right now, these Wakitaki plantation Christians, especially the Edomite Christians, when they talk about the passing, right, or the alleged assassination of Charlie Kirk, and what they're basically saying is that this dude was trying to unite the country by promoting open debate and so on and so forth. And they even went as far as to say that demon, that devil Charlie Kirk was a Christian, a devout Christian, and what that shows you is what that shows you. What that does is it proves that all plantation Christianity really is a dog whistle for Edomite supremacy, and we can easily prove that Charlie Kirk was not a quote unquote devout Christian or practicing Christian. Okay, because of the lies that he promoted. And I've said this before. I even had to do a video to show you how much this devil lies, because you think I'm out here doing a video about every single thing these Edomites are talking about. I had to do a video to debunk the fact that Charlie Kirk was constantly talking about how even though black people, which is of course another lie that Charlie Kirk pushes, okay, there are no black people in America, all right. And the so-called black people, okay, which is what Esau Edom calls our people, the Israelites, okay, because of their wickedness and because they refuse to accept the true nationality and the true heritage of our people. But Charlie Kirk was telling you how the so-called black people, even though they are 13% of the population, end up being 50% of all the crimes, of all the violent crimes. He didn't even say all the violent crimes, he just should have said all the crimes. And he didn't say 50%, he even said 60%, right? Of all the crimes committed in the US, which is of course false, right? But yeah, that just goes to show you that plantation Christianity, all it really is a dog whistle for Edomite supremacy, okay? And when these Christians talk about Christian values and talk about Christianity, when these Edomites talk about Christian values and Christianity, and somebody stands for Christian values and somebody is being Christ-like, what they are basically saying is that they are pushing Edomite supremacy, right? Because notice how in all the videos you see of Charlie Kirk and in all the videos you see of these so-called plantation Christians, especially the Edomite Christians, it's never them with scriptures, right? Charlie Kirk would go to all these universities and debates, but he never debates the actual philosophy, right, or the scriptures. He never debates the scriptures. He never speaks on the scriptures. Of course he quoted some Bible verses here and there, right? But that's mainly just to deal with his main purpose for being right, for debating, which is to push Edomite supremacy and the wickedness and the wicked agendas of Esau Edom. That's why he believed in those small hearts being the actual Jews, right, up until he began to question some of the things that they did. He didn't stop believing in that, but they still put him to death over it, okay? Because yeah, and basically what I'm saying is that hey, that when Esau Edom comes to you with these words of Christianity, he is lying to you, right? Esau Edom is lying to you when he's coming out here talking about how he's a Christian and we're all one in JC, right? We're all children in JC. We're all one in the eyes of the Lord. Esau is lying to you, right? And there is a saying called read between the lines, and what that means is that you should be able to, when this devil speaks, he speaks with a forked tongue. Okay, that's why you call him the devil. So this is the book of Psalms 55 verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Right, and Esau will come to you peaceably. Oh, we're all one in sweet JC. We're all Christians. We're all brothers and one under God. But this devil put it into law that you jakes out here are 3/5 of a man, right? But you still believe in him. And these devils basically, stole land from Jake and then turned them into illegals in their own land. But you still believe in him, right? And that shows you right there, man, that all that talk about plantation, all that talk about Christianity and love and JC and all that bullshit, it's all just that. It's all dribble, it's all narrative that Esau is pushing, right? It's a dog whistle to deceive, because that's exactly what Esau Edom is, the devil which the Bible speaks of, the deceiver on the earth, right? The thief cometh not, and that's another, name right there for Esau, right? The devil, right? The wicked, the hypocrite, and the thief. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy, right? Now this is the book of Psalms 55, from verse 21 once again. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Let me get another precept real quick, okay? Still speaking on Esau Edom being the devil which the Bible speaks of, and that's why he uses these dog whistles, okay? Because when you hear Esau say Christian or Christianity or Bible or Christian faith or anything that has to do with Christianity, white evangelicalism, Judeo-Christian, and all these other terms, these are all dog whistles, and they don't mean what you think it means, okay? And you jakes, you need to understand that when Esau opens his mouth and says something, he's not saying what you think it means, okay? It's called double speak, okay? And let me just get that in ChatGPT as well. It's called double speak, okay? Double speak. Let's get that. Double speak. What is double speak? Double speak is language that deliberately disguises, distorts, or reverses the meaning of words to make unpleasant or controversial ideas sound more acceptable. It is often used in politics, business, or propaganda to obscure the truth or soften harsh realities. And that's exactly what Esau does with this Christianity. That's why, when you go through the track record of Esau with this Christianity, you see the most violent, evil, and ruthless practices, all under the name of Christianity, all under the name of this white boy JC. And then once you realize that this is actually not it's all actually just a dog whistle for Edomite supremacy and for Esau being the devil which the Bible speaks of, then you begin to put everything into perspective, because it goes without saying that these devils are not true Christians, okay? Are not true believers in Allah Hawashai or followers of Allah Hawashai. Alright, so continuing on. Examples: saying collateral damage instead of civilian deaths, right? Calling downsizing instead of firing employees, using enhanced interrogation techniques instead of torture. And that shows you the times that we're in right now, because the first one Collateral damage instead of civilian death is basically going into what's going on all over the earth right now, whether it's what's going on in Gaza or even locally as well. If you're living in Babylon, of course, right, where you have all these school shootings happening. And I just heard recently that another mass shooting happened as well. I've forgotten where it happened at, right? But another high profile shooting case happened again in Babylon. Okay, the second one, calling downsizing instead of firing employees, right? Because the windows is darkened because the sound of the ground grinding is few, right? With the rise of AI and with the removal of all these hiring practices like DEI and affirmative action, you have, especially Jake, man, especially the nigger woman, a lot of people out here losing their jobs, okay, becoming homeless and basically being out on the streets, no source of income and no way to take care of themselves, okay. And of course, torture, enhanced interrogation techniques. This is how you know Esau is the devil, man. This is how you know Esau is the devil, because only Esau could think of things like double speak or things like dog whistles, okay. That's why I said, man, look, when when this devil says something, right, always assume that he's saying something different, right? Always assume that he's not only always assume not only is he lying, but he's not saying what you think he's saying, okay? Because words mean completely different things when it comes out of an Edomite's mouth, right? The words you think you know the meaning of, they change their meaning. They mean completely different things when they are coming out of an Edomite's mouth. Now, Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Right, and it just tells that just goes that Sakya, need to take a breather. That just goes to show you right there that Esau Edom, the so-called red man, is your enemy. All right. It should go without saying the so-called red man Esau Edom is your enemy, okay? And as the scriptures say, right, do not trust thine enemy, because you have Jake, man. Jake is too right. Jeremiah 4 verse 22, and you ninjas, man. Jeremiah 4 verse 22, okay? That's Jake to a T, because you have so many, and you will have so many Jakes that will be crying, right, in that day when Babylon is destroyed, when Esau's kingdom falls. You'll have so many Jakes that will be crying and mourning for these devils, man. And the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to destroy all you coon ass Negroes out here, man. Wicked as hell, crying at the downfall of your enemies, man. Anyway, Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 11. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. Right. And once you, as the scriptures say, man, like as iron rusteth, meaning that no matter how Esau Edom pretends, right, a leopard can't change his spots, as the scriptures say, right. No matter how Esau Edom pretends, his wickedness will be revealed at the last. Ecclesiasticus 12 verse 12. Set him not by the... Okay, I don't need to read all that. Right, his wickedness will be revealed at the last, right? You will see him for his true colors, okay, ultimately. And that is what is happening right now. Esau Edom is being exposed. His true colors are being revealed. And guess what that color is? You can already know what color it is, man. You can already know what color it is. Red, right? Right, these devils have been caught red-handed. And these devils are red, okay? That's the true color of Esau Edom. He's not so-called white, he's so-called red because his blood shows forth through his skin. And these devils have been revealed through the spirit and power of the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And there is no hiding for you devils anymore, man. Hey, call Halal Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Basham Rakakwadash. Alright. Fucking devils. Yes. Anywho, let me end it right there. So with that, once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Bashar Baka Kwadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the spirits of Yakiam and Joaquas were edified. Shalom.